Yep, full batteries. Okay, so what I've done, right? What I've done is I've turned off the comment to speech temporarily for this one, mostly because I want to try to give it my all, right? But I keep getting like the immersion keeps breaking when people come by like, what the fuck horny bait shit is this? And I can't take it seriously. So that way, I'll still get notifications and see this, like, oh, someone, yeah, like that, see someone's coming by, or someone's commented, but I won't be able to hear their messages. Just temporarily, and then other videos, I'll turn it back on. Testing audio. Testing audio. Testing audio. Okay, I don't know. Sometimes the mic picks up the fan, sometimes it doesn't. Or is it, maybe it's not the fan that I hear, but it's like Doc Cotter's thing where it's like the charger causes a bzzz or whatever, but like not that, but you know, it sounds more like a fan rather than a buzzer. So like, I'm just gonna get myself a drink and go to the toilet, and then I'll stop this. So right, there's only 3 pages of galleries. Also, before we start, I know I say this a lot when it comes back to old visual novel games, but the voices may change or may not be accurate due to how long it was since I've played the 4th one. And I've said this in previous ones. I like the voices I did for like the 1st and 2nd one, but it slowly devolved into something else, which I'm not really a fan of, or at least I'm neutral on, you know? But because of that, the voices may not be accurate, and I know that's... Yeah. So like what I want to do, right? In Monster... Okay, my brain's jumping to different areas. In Monster Pro, I was thinking, what if for the special, like, you know, the special endings or whatever, I'll do the voices I've been doing, right? Because they haven't been accurate. But I really would like to try and do the old voices again. Most of them are accurate, right? I'm pretty sure Lime and Vera are accurate. Polly's accurate. I think the only one that's not accurate is Scott, Damien, and Miranda. Yeah, anyway, so BRB, let me get myself a drink. No worries. I bring some lemonade for me to drink. Got some indigestion, sorry. What happened last time? I'm pretty sure we went back after the events. So this one I can probably save at any time. Yeah, unlike the other one, which isn't a problem. Different games, different things, but still. The atmosphere is so thick and tense, you could cut it with a knife. All 5 of us, Maria, Hazel, Cosmos, Ayu, and I, are sitting on a plush leather couch in Maria's living room. Our eyes are fixed on the TV. Sorry, my brain went. They hit the second tower. Okay, so she's not there. Okay. Yeah, it's just like I'm going with the whole my own story. It's still, I'm just adding to the story, so it's a separate timeline and such. I was gonna share some of the designs, like the Mega Man designs I have, but I'm like, no, let me share them when I play Mega Man. Sorry. There. Let me not have like the headset around my throat, because that might fuck with my voicing. Music, there's not. There, depicted upon the widescreen TV, is the missing member of my succubus harem. Well, one of the missing members. Yamamoto Haifumai. As a popular actress, it's not uncommon to see reruns of Haifumai's movies playing out on various TV channels, but the Haifumai I'm observing right now isn't playing a role. Well, I suppose she is playing a role, in so much as she's pretending to be a human, while in actuality she's a succubus. It's a long story, but that's a minor detail. I mean, I beg to differ. You might want to see the previous stories, if you can. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be my videos, just other gameplay of the previous games. Because I think that's a big fucking detail. The Haifumai on the screen isn't pretending to be a courtesan or a blushing bride or a princess, though come to think of it, she was supposed to ascend to the throne of the succubus realm before she passed the buck on to Yui. I don't know, there's a lot of good songs. Haifumai is acting instead as nobody other than herself. She's wearing in the same begone kimono she so often favors, and her dark hair hangs loosely about her slender shoulders. Her eyes, which are carefully made up, are narrowed in concentration and... Ow! That is fucking loud all of a sudden. From Mount Yoshino. From Mount Yoshino. a decisive move. Nice. Haifumai leans forward, quicker than blinking. Her graceful, elegant fingers smack against a card lying on the tatami mat, which goes flying, arching through the air like a leaping fish. The cards that Haifumai is busy striking are Karuta cards. Each card is inscribed with pieces of poetry, which correspond to the poem being recited by the reciter. Haifumai, in addition to being an actress, is also a competitive Karuta player. She's held on to the prestigious title of Queen for 4 years running, a title she's defended rigorously from all challengers in an annual championship tournament which takes place in Shiga. This tournament is This tournament is kind of a big deal in Karuta world, and right now it's being broadcast on live TV. Maria, who's always been close to Haifumai, invited me alongside the other members of my succubus entourage to watch Haifumai compete in the finals. I don't know what's with me, it feels like I'm struggling to read. Haifumai's beaten all her other opponents thus far in a truly graceful show, hardly seeming to break so much as a sweat. I wouldn't mind seeing her sweat. Sorry, just cleaning my glasses. Hopefully this would fix any of the smudges. Come in. I don't think so. He usually drinks Coke.
I just had that for then. Right, we'll get this one anyway.
No. Just saying, like, do you mind being on stream? I can private this if you wish and just edit out the voice. Well, your voice is on stream.
That's fine.
Oh, that's fine, yeah. Because, like, I just thought I'd ask your permission rather than just assuming you're okay with it.
No worries. Anyway, so
yeah, no worries. Yeah, that was my brother's friend. See, part of me is like, I was thinking about not asking him, but I'm like, there's another part of me is like, you shouldn't really ask him. And I told her, it's like, I warned him, like, yeah, I'm streaming before, and I just feel embarrassed if, like, he walks in, like, hey, did you also get that? And just sees the titty on screen. I just slowly look at him with a mortified face as he slowly closes the door, like, never mind. Now she only has one opponent left to defeat. Should she win, she'll secure her hold on the title of Queen for the 5th year in a row. The competition's nearing its late stages now, and there aren't many cards left in play. Haifumai's taken more cards than her opponent, but she's not out of the woods just yet. If Haifumai gets careless and makes any mistakes, her opponent might be able to claw back enough points to best her. Haifumai's opponent, who battled a string of challengers on her own simply to sit across from Haifumai on the tatami floor, is no slouch herself. a little bit of smudges. See, sometimes it's like, okay, if I really need it, I'll just clean it with like, usually I just use the cloth, but sometimes it's like you need the, I hate using the spray because I'm shit at it and I can't clean properly. She's working hard to try and close the gap between them, but by Oi Mountains. Once more, Hyphenmite claims another card. The glistening to... There! I don't know if that's her voice. Sorry. I forgot her voice, so I can't really. It's more like when I'm talking calmly, I can get the gist of it, because it's in such a fucking situation. Yeah, so please forgive me. And another. Hyphenmite really is on fire. She's doing so well, I'm starting to feel a little sorry for her opponent. I suppose that her opponent deserves my sympathy. I'm not entirely sure if she'd appreciate it, either given her exalted status. Hyphenmite might be a popular actress renowned across Japan for her portrayals of sensitive, suffering women, but her opponent is by no means less famous. In fact, in many respects, I think her opponent might even be a bigger deal than Hyphenmite herself. In a stunning twist of fate, Hyphenmite's opponent is not, in fact, Japanese, as one might expect when it comes to a traditional Japanese game like karate, but European. Hello. Sorry, I can't hear the word European because in my brain it's like, is she gay or European? Is that dun dun dun? Gay or European? A little bit confused because that's a cute design, but are you allowed that on national television? Sorry, caught me staring. I might be dead soon. The woman who... Oh, shit, sorry. I apologize for that. The woman who faces Hyphenmite, staring intensely at the cards, has pale skin, almost milky white, and very fair, very blonde hair. I wouldn't call that blonde necessarily. That's more like a peachy color, you know what I mean? I feel like blonde is just straight up yellow. But I like her hair. She's none other than the Stefana Sophia Maria Isabel of Astoria. Now that's a mouthful. A genuine, legitimate princess who hails from Astoria. Sorry, I was reading that, right? And I was thinking of, the fucking clip from Family Guy with, like, the news reporter at, like, a spelling bee. He's like, Hassan, Zafar, da-da-da-da, something, September 11th. And it's just a little long-ass title I can't take seriously. Oh, you could just call me Sophie. Oh, of course I was Stefana Sophia Maria Isabella. Just the full name every time you, like, talk to her. Astoria is a smallish country that borders Germany and the Netherlands. It's known for its verdant forests and fairly cold climate, particularly in the winter, and its charming fairy tale-like architecture. German, huh? Oh shit. Oh, okay. I must have clicked something by mistake. The country boasts about 3 million... It's like boasting, like, oh yeah, we got 3 million residents. Or is it like, yeah, that's a lot of residents. Oh, fuck! Yeah. It's a cute design, but something for public? I don't know. The country boasts about 3 million residents, which makes it even more sparsely populated than Denmark. It's not a big country by any means, but it's not completely unheard of. I know a little about it in passing, though granted I did wind up doing a bunch of research about it on my phone just now, after discovering that Haifumai's opponent in this game is a princess of said country. I never knew, for example, that Astoria's capital was called Rosenberg, or that its primary export in textiles, but I'm getting off topic here. Is that a real place? Because I'm kind of ignorant and very stupid, and I don't know if it's a made-up place for the game itself, or if it's like an actual place. Because I'm pretty sure Denmark's a real place. I should be focused on Haifumai's competition rather than researching a small, little-known European country. I pray for Haifumai's string of good luck to hold yet. Flower petals are... Oh! This time the princess is able to swipe a card from Haifumai's side of the field. She takes it, scattering other cards in her wake, then beams brightly. I did it! I finally did it! Alright, I'm going to make a proper comeback now. Just you wait. Yamamoto Haifumai, I have not dedicated hours of my life to learning the arts of karate for nothing. I feel like her voice is similar to Hazel's, so I do apologize. There's so little voices I can do when it comes to female characters, so please give me a break. I might be trailing behind you at the present, but the small victory should secure my eventful triumph. Ho 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 ho! Yeah, I guess I should have figured she'd laugh like that. It must come with the territory, given Stefana's a princess and all. Really, though, it's impressive Stefana's Japanese is so faultless. Wait, what? Really, though, it's impressive Stefana's... That's the right word, right? Really, though, it's impressive Stefana's Japanese is so faultless. I can understand her just as well as I would a native. Oh, so she's speaking Japanese. I forgot because I'm reading in English that Japanese. She must have been studying. As far as I'm aware, Japanese isn't a widely spoken language in Astoria. I believe their national language is Dutch, though German doesn't lag too far behind. I'm pretty sure there was a gag I was doing about... Maybe it was a different visual novel where... I can't remember the gag that... My character's not Japanese, but everyone else is, so I'm just assuming everything they're saying is right, but I don't understand them. I don't know if it's this visual novel, if it's another game, or if it's just a certain character, and I do apologize for that. I can't speak a lick of Dutch or German myself, but I can't imagine they share that many similarities with Japanese. Stefana's at an obvious disadvantage in this tournament. Given the language barrier, karate, unlike chess, is a game that relies heavily upon language. To be good at it in any captivity, you first got to memorize a lot of old Japanese poems, then listen to them as they're recited back to you. I wouldn't be able to memorize old poetry on the karate card. I studied some of these poems back in high school. Stefana must be serious about karate to have poured so much time and effort into so obscure a sport. Let me guess, she's a princess of another succubus realm, yada yada yada. Honestly, I'm still kind of upset, because honestly, I still had canon Hazel to be in a loving lesbian relationship rather than what actually happens in the game. Because I think they're like, their situation is like, One is an overly jealous, angry, you know, chick, and the other one is more like the one to calm her down. And I think that whole dynamic is adorable. Karate not even that popular in Japan, let alone Europe. I'm impressed. Stefana is the clear underdog in this competition, but still, she's giving it her all. Now, I wonder who I want to see win the most. Okay, save. Yep. Hyphenmai, obviously. That should go without saying. Obviously, since I'm so close to Hyphenmai, I want her to emerge as the victor. I can't exactly root for Stefana. Oh, my brain thinking Stephanie, Stefana, it's all fucked. I can't exactly root for Stefana, not when I hardly know her. Still, Stefana is working very hard. She's determined to score a victory from the jaws of defeat, yet the 8 right-fold cherry. There. Hyphenmai reaches out, then smacks the cards into the air with a dramatic flourish. Hyphenmai's expression as she adds this winning card to her pile is one of composed, quiet confidence. Stefana's earlier victory must have been a fluke. Hyphenmai seemed determined now to halt her efforts in acquiring further points. Hyphenmai and Stefana's fierce competition continues to wear on, but alas, over Maikai's plane. Hyphenmai's right arm swoops down and she knocks aside yet another card. Hyphenmai's movement is so swift, Stefana had scarcely any time to react. I'm sorry. I keep struggling mostly because every time I read Stefana, my brain keeps thinking of the fucking golden statue Stephanos. And it's trying to rewrite like Stefano. No, that's not the right word. One moment, the game was still up in the air, the winning undecided. Now, however, Hyphenmai has taken such an overwhelming advantage, it being possible for Stefana to best her. Hyphenmai has taken too many cards. She's won. That was a wonderful game. Hyphenmai speaks thus with a gentle smile, like that of a freshly picked flower. Thank you for indulging me, Your Highness. You put up a formidable fight, but in the end you were not able to oust me from my position. Still, I admire your efforts. I look forward to playing against you again sometime, should that prove to be agreeable for you, of course. What? Oh my. Stefana stares at Hyphenmai, her eyes wide, as goose eggs still kneeling upon the tatami. Her expression is one of blank disbelief for several seconds before, at long last, the knowledge of her loss sinks in. See, that one's not too bad. I like that design. And I guess that's more of a princess look, really. Ish, I feel like a princess would probably cover more skin, but that's just me. Love her eyebrows are like, just like that, where everyone else's are kind of like arrows, or like lines. Her lower lip begins to quiver. I worry briefly that Astra's princess might begin to bawl on live television, but instead... That was incredible! I can see why you have been the reigning queen of Katara for so many years, Miss Yamamoto. I am in awe before your talents, which far eclipse my own. As irritating as this loss is, I will accept it in good faith. I am glad if I had to be bested so, it was by your expert hands. Miss Yamamoto? No, mistress. What? Mistress? Oh my. Oh. Oh. Are we still recording? Okay, we're still recording. This is an awkward turn of events. Stefana kneels before Hyphamine, then cries, "Would you do me the great honor of letting me study under you? Would you do me the great honor of letting me study under you, as your apprentice? I fear I will never improve my practice. I fear I will never improve if I practice on my own. With your guidance, however, there might yet be hope for me. Please, I'm begging you, let me be your pupil." My pupil? Hyphamine examines Stefana, her expression one of bemusement. I've never before taken on any students. Not when it comes to karate, at least. I'm purely self-taught, you see, and I fear I mightn't be the best teacher. Nonsense! I'm sure there could be no better teacher in all of Japan. No, in all of the world. The manner in which you play karate truly is incredible, as is the way you conduct yourself. You are a lovely Japanese beauty, and despite your immense talent, you are not at all boastful. Sorry, my brain spaced out for a second. You are sweet, humble, and gracious. In other words, you could be no better teacher. Not when it comes to the glorious game karate. Mistress, please, it might be unseemly for a princess such as I to beg, but I shall do so regardless. This is how high I hold you in my esteem. Well, I never... Hyphamine shakes her head. I do not imagine you would proposition me so, dear Stefana, but if you were to go to such lengths, I shall consider it. First, however, would you raise from the tatami? I feel somewhat awkward having you prostrate yourself before me, hence. You've no need to grovel at my feet. I am no goddess. You are... You are like a goddess to me, though. A goddess of Katara. Still, I must apologize if my hastiness has made you uncomfortable. I am not accustomed to talking to people. Giggling shyly, Stefana rearranges herself so she's kneeling once again. So, what do you think? Would you be willing to come to Astoria so you might teach me? I know this is a fearful imposition upon your time, but upon your practice I will not demand too much of you. 2 weeks would suffice. Would you be opposed to the idea? 2 weeks is, in of itself, quite a long time. But my schedule as of late has been rather light. I do not have any pressing obligations upon my time right now. In light of your enthusiasm, I would be more than happy to train you. Yes, thank you so much, mistress. You're the best. But... Hyphamine's eyes hardened. I do have one condition. Condition? Indeed. Hyphamine nods and then says, if I am to stay with you in Astoria for 2 weeks, I must ask that you allow my beloved partner to escort me. You have a partner, mistress? Indeed I do. I've kept this secret for several months, not wishing to embroil him in a public scandal, but I care for him so I fear I cannot keep this knowledge to myself a moment longer. I am in a long-lasting, loving relationship with a kind man a few years younger than I. A man called... I have a bad feeling about this. I know where this is going, even before the fateful words leave Hyphamine's lips. Ogasawarai Hyro. Yep, I called it, and she even threw in the family name for good measure so there can be no confusion. Thanks, Hyphen-Mai. Thanks a lot. I care for her intensely, yet my work as an actress often means we cannot spend much time with one another. I was hoping to take advantage of my light schedule and spend more time with him, but I will not be able to do so if I am to go to Astoria. This can all be rectified, however, if you will extend your invitation to my beloved. If he is allowed to accompany me upon this trip, then I shall have no reservations. Sorry, shit, my throat's dried up. Pardon me, shit. Fuck. I don't mind, darling, you see, and I want only to be with him. Hyro is my life and my love, and without him I am nothing. Oh, these are new outfits. Not sure I'm a fan of Cosmo's one, but I guess it makes sense, considering she is an influencer, but Ayu's one isn't too bad. I actually like Ayu's one. Oh my god. Did you guys just hear that? Ayu stares at the TV screen, her eyes wide with shock, her hands are clenched at her front and her teeth are gritted. Am I taking crazy pills? Somebody please tell me this isn't a fucking delusion. Sorry, I don't think I needed to throw that bomb in there. I do apologize, sorry. Oh wait, maybe you should tell me it's a delusion. Say if I contracted some mysterious disease, I'd rather be addled in the brain than accept this! What? Oh, Cosmos, who looks a little perturbed by Ayu's antics, but only a little. I think at this point she must be used to Ayu's outburst. Shifts closer to our resident idol, then rests her hand on her head. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't worry, Ayu. Hyphen-Mai never said that Hyro was her beloved. She never said she wanted to go on vacation to Astoria with him either. Is that soft enough? Because I remember giving her a soft voice, but I feel like... You're insane. Your brain is broken. Next you'll start scratching your neck and you hear a creepy voice in your head repeatedly saying, I'm sorry, then you'll get a baseball bat and... Alright, that's enough from you! Ayu grabs hold of Cosmo's hand and roughly pushes her away. I know you're trying to console me in your own weird way, but it's not really working! I have eyes and ears, which are fully functional, thank you very much, and I know I'm not crazy! Hyperman really did just come out and position my cameraman live on air, no less! Doesn't she have any shame? I don't know if she positioned me exactly. It's not like she said anything inappropriate. I'm trying to smooth things over before Ayu's temper can come to a boil, but I think I might be too late for that. Ayu turns almost slapping Cosmos in the face with one of her pigtails and affixes me with a deadly glare that would put Medusa herself to shame. Well, you would think that, wouldn't you? It's well and good for you, sitting here being adored by women all across the country, but please think about how I feel! It's not nice, you know, having my cameraman being wooed by this wicked hussy live on TV! Oh, I like her design. I think Wicked Hussy's going a bit far. This isn't like the Taiso era. You've got to be more accepting, are you? Why should I? When Hyverman dresses like she's from that time period anyway. If she's going to conduct herself like a lady, she ought to act like one. There's a bit of a gap between her appearance and her actions, true, but I think that's part of Hyverman's appeal. She looks like a flower, but she stings like a bee. Men go crazy for that kind of thing. Oh! Oh, sorry. Oh, I apologize. That is indeed true. Though Hyphaman acts demure and elegant, she gives no quarter, not when she desires something. She is inexperienced in the art of love, but I suppose that ought to be expected. She was supposed to be the queen of the Succubus realm before her abduction. For all her demure charms, she really is quite fiery. Oh, please! Ayu rolls her eyes. Don't spout all that BS like I'm not fully aware of it. I know Hyphaman can't be trusted. She's the worst! Hampering, Ayu collapses back on the couch. She grabs a hold of one of the cushions and holds it to her chest, squeezing it hard as though she means to rupture it. Ah, this pisses me off! I don't get why the rest of you aren't getting more worked up! Hyphaman basically confessed to Hyro on TV. Now everybody knows how she feels. Literally everybody! If by literally everybody you mean all the people in Japan who's watching this Katara match. Hazel smiles abashed while scratching her cheek with her index finger, which, judging by the fact this is a Katara and all, can't be too many people. It's not super popular. Fuck, sorry. I doubt all that many people would have heard of her confession. The precise figures doesn't matter. It's the principle of the thing. Isn't this way too blatant? She's obviously trying to get one up on us, that snake. Ayu stabs a finger at the TV while quivering in self-righteous rage. She looks so pissed off about the series of events, even her pigtails seem to be twitching. I hope she's not about to blow a gasket, whatever a gasket is. Maria's living room is very expensive looking, and scraping up bits of a distraught, overwrought Ayu from the plush carpet sounds like a nightmare. We're supposed to be sisters. If not through blood, then through our bond. As a fellow succubi, the members of Hyro's harem, we can't skulk about behind one another's backs. This is seriously low. I'll never forgive Hyphaman for this, not ever. So you say, Hazel grins, but aren't you still calling her by her cute nickname? Ayu pulls her face and crosses her arm. Well, that should be expected. Well, that should be expected. I'm cute, so of course I talk cutely, even when I'm angry. I'm as adorable as a gosh darn button. I'm so sweet, in fact, I sometimes scare myself. Sure. Hazel snickers. I get by being upset by this. I'm surprised myself. But don't you think you're being a little hypocritical? What? How? You and Haru went off alone together when we were staying at your house in the summer. I don't know what you were doing. Cosmo smiles. But I can guess I'm not stupid. Oh yeah? Ayu Harump's still scowling. What do you know about Hiro and me, anyway? You wannabe cat girl? You have hairballs for brains! I don't think you could reason your way out of a paper bag! It's true, I'm not very smart. I must say Cosmos is taking this slides against her IQ remarkably well. I guess this must be something else she's used to. But I am a succubus. I know what men and women get up to when they're on their own. You like Hiro a lot, are you? So I'm sure you had a lot of fun together. What? No, I don't like Hiro. Not that much, at least. But you like him a bit. Well, I think you must like him just a little bit, otherwise you wouldn't be so upset right now. That's what my detective intuition is telling me, at least. My, what a clever little detective you are. Sorry. My, what a clever little detective you are. Maria titters. You would put a certain distinguished gentleman from 221B Baker Street to shame. I don't know if that's a reference to anything. Huh? Cosmos' nose wrinkles. I don't know anything about a Baker Street. I live in Rockpong. So much for Cosmos being smart, I guess. Does she really not get that reference? Well, given Eraser Brain is her favorite movie, I guess she only knows about Nisha's weird forms of media. Really though, Ayu turns her attention back to the TV, her eyes narrowed. As I said, I liked how I originally voiced Maria in the original one, but it just hasn't been the same. Like, I've tried to give her like a soft, soothing, sexy voice, but I just feel like it clashes with like Cosmos's voice, you know? This is beyond pale. How dare Hyphen announce her feelings like that? She might as well have proposed. I've never made my relation with Hiro public. What gives her the right to go blabbing about it? Well, it's not like there's anything stopping you from talking about it. You could fess up if you really wanna, but... Hazel grins. You're an idol, are you? And well, I don't know much about your industry. I do know your fans wouldn't be so happy if they knew you were freaking out over some guy other than them. That'd take your career quicker than you could say you sunk my battleship. Idols aren't allowed to fall in love, but actresses like Hyphamai have no such stipulations written into their contracts. And come to think of it, neither do I. I would surely court a few curious stares if I were to be seen wandering through the streets with my darling Hiro, but it wouldn't spell the end of my career. Being a self-made woman is truly wonderful. I don't need to cater to the expectations of hundreds upon thousands of fans. Oh, samey, I'm allowed to date whoever I want to. Ayu grits her teeth together. She looks so pissed off, I'm afraid she really might explode. Ayu? Cosmos looks at Ayu anxiously, her brow furrowed. You alright? No, I'm not alright. I've never been less alright in my life. I feel like I'm this close to going completely postal. Oh dear. Cosmos sighs. It looks like this has upset you, but please don't worry. I'm here, you can talk to me. You aren't the only one who has to hide your feelings for Hiro. I'm not? No. Cosmos shakes her head. I can't tell any of my fans about him either. We're in the same situation, so I understand how you must feel. Keeping my love a secret is painful, but that makes the time I can spend with Hiro even more precious. Yet don't lose sight of your love for Hiro. Love will always save the day. Shut up. He looks away, her face on fire. It's not like I love Hiro or anything. Really, I couldn't care less what he does or who he goes out with. I just didn't expect Hyphen to talk about him as all, much less invite him out on a trip. I want to go on a trip too, but I can't. I've been too busy working. It's all so unfair. Oh, sorry, let me take a sip. Damn, sorry. Fuck. All's fair in love and war, Ayu. The sooner you learn that, the better. Or is it... Let me try that again. All's fair in love and war, Ayu. The sooner you learn that, the better. You really are a child. Maria tuts. But I suppose I can't blame you. You are one of the youngest among us. I won't scold you for your poor conduct, but I will ask you to try to compose yourself. You're not behaving in a manner befitting of a succubus. Yeah. Ayu rolls her eyes. I'll try to behave, mother. See to it that you do. Now, Hiro. Maria looks to me, while smiling genuinely, her lips dabbled in matte makeup. We've all heard what Ayu thinks about this arrangement, but what of you? Are you interested in going to a story with Haifumai? Now that's quite the quarry. Am I interested in going away with Haifumai? I still have a bunch of work to do in Japan, and it wasn't all that long ago I went gallivanting off on a holiday with my entourage of succubus babies. Or is it babes? I get confused. Fuck! If I were any other employee, I bet my boss would balk at such a suggestion. I've been pretty pally with my boss lately, though thanks to my newfound relationship with all these superstars. It's no secret in the office that I'm buddy-buddy with Wakasukai Maria, the famous businesswoman. It's common knowledge that I stayed at the hot spring resort with her a while back, and she invited me along to a plush charity bowl held by the social elite. I got my foot into a lot of doors thanks to Maria, and I've had the chance to scope out all sorts of fancy events otherwise I'd never been able to even dream of glimpsing, much less participating in. Sales of the Sakura Weekly have gone through the roof since my relationship with Maria began. My boss owes much of the paper's success to me, so he's been very lenient with my time off and my holidays. I've had a pretty big pay raise recently, and I'm even thinking about moving out of my cruddy apartment. Things are really looking up to me. I'm exceedingly fortunate. Though I do fear whenever I enter the office that my malcontented co-workers might band together and lynch me. They do an even worse job of hiding their jealousy than Ayu does. Oh well, I've heard it said that all successful men wind up making enemies. It's part and parcel of the whole fame and fortune thing. People get jealous, it's inevitable. I'll be certain to make even more enemies if I go to a story with Haifumai, but it's too late to worry about that now. I could use a break from the office politics, and I do want to spend time with Haifumai. Moreover, I've never been to Astoria before. I'm pretty curious about it, and I'd like to take some photos too. Maybe some of them could be used for articles in the Sakura Weekly. Photos too. Okay, just testing audio. I'll get to relax, but I'll also be doing a bit of work on the side. It's a great bargain. I feel pretty bad for Ayu. I know she's been angling to spend more time with me herself, but yeah, I think I will. If Haifuma is offering, it'd be rude to turn her down. I don't know if everything will pan out just yet. But I'd like to go.
I thought you might say that. You sound like a true gentleman.
Gentleman? Ha! Ayu snorts. Gentleman, my cute plush bud. I know what you're really after. You're so transparent. Why don't you just go jump into an open fire? Okay, Ayu's obviously in a bad mood, so I'll ignore her. That's kind of tricky given how much space her voluminous pigtails take up. But I do my best. Fortunately, Maria's next comment makes this a lot easier.
Speaking of this...
Oh, shit, sorry. It's hard to do, like, softer voices, because there's a, like, limit of how low I can go, or is it high? When you do a soft voice, it technically is both, right? Because low is like this, but high is like this, right? So when you do a soft voice, it's like a mixture. It's kind of another thing entirely. Fuck! Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. Sorry, I spaced out.
Speaking of Hysteria, I myself have been planning a trip there for the last several months.
Oh yeah? I didn't know about that.
Yes, indeed. I'm looking into opening a few shops in the country's capital, and have been attending any numbers of online conferences to turn this into a reality. There is only so much one can do online, however. To clinch this deal, I will need to venture to Hysteria in person. It is easier to move money while standing face to face with your investors. It inspires more confidence and, above all else, shows sincerity. Perhaps we could go to Hysteria together, Hyra. You and I for my too. That would be lovely.
Hey! Don't forget about me. I'm actually meant to go to Hysteria too at the start of next month. You are? Yep. There's a tennis championship happening there that I, just couldn't pass up. I've been entered into it since early June. I've been sweating buckets getting ready, practicing my swings and all. I'm on pretty good form, and so are my trainer's reckonings. Wait, what? Sorry, I'm on pretty good form, and so my trainer reckons, and I should be able to smash it. But I'll do even better job on the court. I'm sure if you're there with me, Hyro, to cheer me on. Wait, but I'll do even better job on the court. I'm sure if you're there with me, Hyro, to cheer me on. Doesn't that sound great? We can all go to Hysteria together.
Well now, isn't this charming string of coincidence? Well now, isn't this a charming string of coincidences?
Maria beams.
I had no idea about your plans, Hazel, but I see no need why you should not travel with us. We are all friends after all.
Oh, it's like something in the back of my nose. It's like... You know what I think it is? I have a fan directly on me while I sleep, and I tend to sleep with boxers and a singlet, mostly because it's fucking hot. It's like, you go to bed hot, you wake up cold. I have no control over the fucking weather. I just can't get comfortable. Well, usually I just wear a singlet and pants, right? But sometimes even the pants are a bit much, and so I just have my boxers and shit. I have no control over the fucking weather. Not my fault it's so fucking hot. It's like the phlegm in the back of my throat.
I would be more than happy for you to join our entourage, although...
Here, Maria's expression darkens.
If you cause any complications, Hazel, I will not hesitate to punish you. Am I making myself clear? Am I making myself plain?
Very! Hazel laughs awkwardly while toying with her hair.
I still remember how crazy her punishments can be. I don't want to get on your bad side, so I'll behave, I promise. Good. See to it that you do, and nothing will go awry. Now,
beaming anew, Maria claps her manicured hands together.
I'm quite looking forward to this trip. This should be a lot of fun.
I got a burp again. Fuck! Yeah, I bet it will be, for you guys at least. I'm so happy you all get to go and have fun with Haru, while I'll be stuck in Japan getting ready for my upcoming tour!
It must be nice, having so much free time.
We won't be free. No, I got a tournament, like I said, and Maria's doing some business deal or another. Yeah, I know, I get it, I heard you. I don't doubt you'll be working, but it's not like you'll be busy all the time, right? Oh, you'll have some time off, and when you do, you'll get to cuddle up with Hiro and whisper sweet nothings into his ear. You'll get to go on dates and eat sweets and watch the sunset, and at night... Ai's expression twists and angrily she clenches her hands at her front. Oh, it's not fair! I want in on the action too. Why do I always get left out? The universe must be playing some kind of mean joke on me. Was I born under an unlucky star? Why do things have to turn out like this?
It's alright, Ayu. Don't be sad.
Smiling angrily, Cosmo takes a hold of Ayu's hands and then peers into her face.
I won't be going to Asteria either. I can't. I'm supposed to be appearing in a variety shows at the end of next week. I have a few commercials lined up that need filming too. I'd like to ignore my responsibilities and spend time with Hiro, but...
Cosmo sighs.
I can't do that. I don't want to disappoint my fans. They're all very excited about their job opportunities I have lined up. I've received lots and lots of supportive fan mail from people. They want me to fail in the quiz show segment, so I'll get covered in slime. They sound very excited about it. Not that I really get it.
Cosmos wrinkles her nose.
I don't see what's so appealing about slime. It's sticky and it smells bad.
I'm not even gonna make that joke. I'm not gonna make it.
That's what people want though, so I'll do my best to make them happy. I'll miss Harry when he's gone, but it isn't the end of the world. We'll see him again, Ayu, don't worry. Everything will be just fine. And even if you fall down, I'll be here to console you. No matter what happens, we'll always have each other.
Ayu glances away from Cosmos, her face flushed. Well, whatever. I guess you're right. There's no point getting worked up about this. I'm the amazing, incredible, extremely beautiful Ikui Ayu. There's no way he'll get tired of me, no matter what vile trick Maria and Hyphaman and Hazel employ. I'll still come out on top in his heart. I'm not #1 on the charts for nothing. Huh? But Ayu? Cosmo's brows wrinkle.
I thought your latest song was #2 in charge. My Hama Shizura is actually even more popular. Not. Ayu grabs hold of Cosmos' head. Another. She squeezes her skull. Word. Oh dear. Oh dear. Maria sighs. The children are fighting again. I do wish they could be more mature. Aren't you too old? Aren't you too old to bicker like that? Oh, you know a lot about being old, wouldn't you, Maria? You might call yourself a sophisticated lady, but that's just a nice way of saying you're past it. Past it? Shit, no, wait, let me try that again. Ah, fuck! Past it? Why, I never! Oh, and as for you, Cosmos, I don't want you mentioning, Shiura's around me. She's as good as dead to me. Sure, her latest single might have sold a little more than mine, but that doesn't mean anything. She has an unfair advantage. She debated 15 years ago and then fell off the face of the planet. How could I have known she'd release a brand new single after all the time, a day before my newest release? Of course all her old fans ate it up, old being the operative word. Shizura's in her mid-30s now. She's even older than Maria. So I'm just thinking, right? I don't know, this whole time I thought like Maria was like, I don't know, something like 200 years old or something like, you know, wise and mature. Just a little bit confused. That means Maria would have to be in her 20s. And if she's in her 20s, and Ayu's the youngest out of the Succubuses, how old is Ayu? She has no business being an idol. She ought to be ashamed of herself. I am not old. How dare you? Hey! Hazel observed the carnage, an impractical observer for once, and laughs, elbowing me in the ribs. Then she says in a conspiratorial tone, "There's not a dull moment when you're surrounded by a harem of loving succubi, huh? Huh? Oh, yes, it's all fun and games. Are you? Wait, no, wait. Are you? Until Maria scalps Ayu or Ayu chokes Cosmos, I suppose. I sigh. At least Ayu won't be accompanying me on my upcoming trip to Asteria. That's something to be grateful for. I do like her. Her indulgence can be kind of adorable when it's not incinerary, but her temper is as volatile as a volcano. Spending too much time with her can be exhausting. In Asteria, however, I should be able to kick back and relax. I can hardly wait. First, however, it'd be nice if I could have a talk with Hyphermay to confirm the particulars of our upcoming trip. Sorry. Maybe after I've torn Ayu away from Cosmos.
A resident cat girl is starting to look alarmingly blue in the face, and I'm not just talking about her hair. Would it kill Ayu to chill out every once in a while? How the fuck am I supposed to make these noises? Sorry. If it doesn't, I'm afraid it will seriously kill Cosmos. To my relief, it doesn't take me all that long before I'm able to talk to Haifumai like I was hoping. Haifumai winds up visiting me the following night at my small rundown apartment of her own volition. I wasn't expecting any guests, and Haifumai's sudden arrival comes as quite a surprise, though it is, of course, a pleasant one. Haifumai greets me elegantly as per usual and apologizes for stopping by unannounced. An apology I wave aside as being unnecessary. I offered to serve Haifumai some tea. If my mother's taught me anything, it's that offering guests green tea is the only polite thing to do. But Haifumai reversed my offer on me and instead asked if she could prepare the tea for me. Am I reading too much into it? So if my mother's taught me, so does that mean my parents were lesbian? Let's go! But was I adopted, or that just raises more questions?
I'm the one imposing upon you.
No wait, is that the... they all blend together.
I'm the one... Shit. I am the one imposing upon you, Hyro, dear, by visiting you at such advanced an hour. This being the case, it would be only fitting for me to prepare the tea. I do not wish for you to go to any extra trouble, not for my sake. Moreover, I enjoy doting upon you. I find it most satisfying.
That was what Haifumai said. I wasn't able to stop her, so I insisted, escaping over the tatami in the kitchen cum living room, excuse me? I sat there for a while, cross-legged upon the floor while Haifumai worked. Haifumai, being elegant and dexterous, wasted no motion preparing the tea. She had a pot brewed in only a few minutes, and 2 cups poured. Cups which she then carried to me on a tray with more grace and pose than any waitress.
Here you go, dear.
Haifumai now says, handing me a cup.
Please drink up, but do be careful, it's hot. In fact,
Haifumai smiles.
Perhaps I ought to blow your tea for you first, so you don't burn your tongue. I wouldn't want you to scald yourself.
Sorry, my brain went into a dirty direction. I'm sorry. Oh, it's alright. You don't need to baby me, really.
I know I don't need to, but I would like to. In any event, I do not regard you as a baby. You are more akin to a husband to me. Any devoted wife would wish to ease their husband's burdens, in whatever small manner they're able. Would you not allow me this privilege, dear?
I got a burp, fuck. Don't pat me on the back. I know you're helping, but still. Well, I glanced away abashed. Haifumai might dress to act like a traditional Japanese manner, but she's no shy wallflower. She can be quite assertive when she wants. To such a degree, it's a little disconcerting. I wonder if that's because she's a succubus. If you really want to, and I won't stop you. Go right ahead.
Wonderful. You are too kind, dear. But then again, that is precisely the reason why I like you so much. Pleased by this victory, minor though it might be, Hyphae blows atop the surface of my green tea. She blows and blows with a soft sound until she's satisfied. Whatever loving wife quote she's desperate to fulfill. This task thus carried out, Hyphae hands the cup back to me. Now you may drink it. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sure I will. You brewed it after all. I offer Hyphae a smile, which makes her laugh. My, you certainly know how to ensure a woman's heart. I liked you a good deal already, dear, but with every moment I spend in your company, I find myself growing more and more enamored. Hyphae and I sit down for a few moments in silence, sipping at our tea while I observe her. Without a different, like, I'm not trying to be a perv, I'm genuinely wondering, is that a different kimono? Because I know was her kimono yellow? Like the original one looked yellow-ish, but I don't remember all those pink flowers and shit. Hyphae's dark hair cascades about her slender shoulder like a waterfall, and her face is carefully made up. There's not a single wrinkle in Hyphae's attire, though it's comprised of many parts and looks tedious to put on. Her obi is tied to perfection, and her long sleeves are draped gracefully upon her lap. You know what I keep thinking about, a part of, I think this is mostly, I think this goes with, like, how do I say it? I'm thinking about, an ability, Charlotte has, right? And it's unintentional. It's unintentional, right? And I think most variants have this unintentionally as more of an aura rather than an actual ability. But, like, Charlotte has this, or the original, right? And again, I guess it's the same, but more of an aura rather than, like, an actual ability. Charlotte has the ability, or unintentionally, to release a type of pheromone, right? And all it does is basically make characters she's interacting with less hostile or less hostile towards her, right? So basically, people who are already friendly, like, let's say, for example, she encounters Spider-Man or Wolverine, the pheromone simply makes them less hostile and, like, more friendly to her. But it also, not always, but it mostly works on killers as well. Again, it doesn't always work, but it also mostly delays their intent to kill her, right? So, like, think of any bad villain or whatever, and it's more of just being in her presence. It is like a soothing effect that mostly works on her, but not other people. Yeah, but like if the other people are in her vicinity, she can kind of semi-protect them because of this. But again, it doesn't always work, and I like to think of, like, you know how I always draw the ace tails? Is like, I haven't decided whether they're real or not, but I like to think that if they are real, then the aroma or aura the variants have around them kind of make them, it's like a Jedi mind trick where no one questions, why do you have a tail if you're human, you know? Why do you have a tail if you're so-and-so, like, if you're in a human community and you're the only one with a tail like that, or a tail in general, the aura kind of makes them think, oh yeah, that's normal, they've always had a tail, right?
and it like gives that like type of feeling so no one questions it, and I just think that's a really good detail because I'm trying to make the character less generic, cringy, and OP, and like kind of make it more of a down-to-earth character. Yeah, but it's like, still, the idea I have of her is like, still basically the whole cringy OP ship, but make it in a way that's interesting. Sleeves are draped gracefully upon her lap. Haifuma is so enchanting. In fact, she looks quite out of place in my cruddy apartment. I'm acutely aware of the stains on the tatami, left by this place's previous residents, not by me. Ah, fuck. Throat's burning. And the discoloration of the blinds. Haifuma doesn't belong in a place like this. She's far too good for it. It's crazy, really, that a famous actress like Yamamoto Haifuma wants anything at all to do with me, much less to spend time in my less than luxurious home. I've had several months to grow accustomed to Haifuma's affections, almost a year in fact, but I'm still reeling. I swallow down my tea, then I look at Haifuma askance. So, to what do I owe the pleasure? I suppose there's a reason why you came over so late, beyond wanting to brew me tea.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. I wanted to partake in viewing your face, which is so very dear to me. But more than that, I thought I owed you an apology.
An apology?
Yes, indeed. I said many things about you on television last night, things you might perhaps have preferred to keep private. I did not intend, before participating in that character competition, to make my feelings towards you known. It was not my intention to boast of our relationship. Truly, it was not. I would hate to put you in an awkward situation, dear, but I would hate to make my sister jealous too.
And yet you did both. Ah, so that's what this is all about. I had wondered. I guess that's one mystery solved. It's a good thing Haifuma thought to bring the subject up on her own volition. That saves me the trouble. I wanted to talk to her about it too, and about her intentions.
It is just...
Sighing, Haifuma dips her head and traces the tip of her index finger about the rim of her teacup.
I care for you.
Shit. Just let me take a sip.
I care for you so much, I find it hard to suppress these feelings of mine. I saw the perfect opportunity to confess to the nation, and I could not help but seize it. I am not as young as I used to be, you see. Certainly I am not as young as are you or Cosmos. Now that I'm in a relationship with a man I love, I wish to speak of it. I can no longer continue to keep affairs between us a secret, as though it is something I ought to be ashamed of. I am not ashamed of my feelings for you, not the slightest, and I wish for the world to know them. Keeping quiet about you has been weighing so heavily upon my heart. I cannot take it.
Oh, I see. I survey Haifuma from across the table, pressed at her candor. She's breathing pretty heavily and her shoulders are shaking. It's an unusual sight coming from a woman as composed as Haifuma so often is. Her authenticity in her tone rings true, and it makes my heart flutter. She really must like me a lot, for her feelings to override her common senses. I am very flattered you feel that way, I reply after a pause, once I've had a moment to gather my errant thoughts. I love you too. I love you a lot too, Hyphamai.
Do you truly?
Of course. I smile at her. I thought it'd be better to keep our relationship a secret, it's true, but that's not because I'm ashamed of you. I thought it'd be easier to manage, given you're a celebrity. I don't want our affair being splashed all over the pages of magazines, especially not when said magazines would have a field day if they dug a little into my relationships. And to Stern, I'm also going out with Cosmos, Muratai, Aikui Ayu, and Wakasukai Maria, and Hazel Williams. But it's too late for regrets now. You've already talked about our relationship on TV. It's not possible to take back what you said, but I don't think I want you to. I'm happy to let people know about us. Though, now that I think about it, I'll have to break this news to my mother, too. Now that'll be fun. I wonder how I should even go about it. I've not had a serious partner in years and years. I've been too focused on my job, and now all of a sudden I have 6 of them, and one of them lives in the succubus realm. Don't get me reminded on her. For starters, I'll probably have to tell my mother what succubi are. Will she even believe me? I got a question, right? I got a very uncomfortable question. If in the future games it shows like, oh yeah, both my mothers are succubi and they were holding back the urge to try and, like, fuck me growing up, that'd be fucking disturbing. Cause like when, no, sorry. He said it happened around college. Okay, so yeah. Sorry, I forgot. I was wondering if like, but you get what I'm trying to say is like, when did did he always have it like when he was born, or? Yeah, but I think it started around college. Yeah, never mind. I was thinking like, but then now like, okay, since you're adopted, you're not actually by blood, so we can also join your harem. I don't think I want any of my adopted, whether I'm adopted or not, I don't think I would want either of my mothers in a succubus harem with me. I just, oh, that's awful. I'm not trying to hurt their feelings, but I'm really not interested. Will she even believe me? My situation's so blatantly unbelievable, I'm not sure I fully accept it myself. Oh. Process sludge. Sorry, it's like, I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's one way you can make it after me tackles her to the ground. Yeah, sorry, my brain is just down in the gutter. It's the whole fucking drain.
Oh, Myra, thank you very much.
I feel my exhales, relieved, a gentle smile upon her lips.
Does that mean that we are officially a couple then?
I suppose so, yeah.
And will you take me to meet your parents? I would so love to introduce myself to your mother and your father too. I want to make miso soup for them and help your mother go grocery shopping and give your father back rubs. It is my most ardent wish that they know how dutiful a daughter-in-law I shall be.
Yeah, about my folks. They're dead, aren't they? I smile awkwardly. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let me speak to them first, okay?
But of course, I shall leave it in your capable hands, darling. Oh, I am so excited, I can hardly wait.
Haifume's excitement must be catching because when I look at her, my own smile begins to relax. I'm starting to feel pretty positive about this whole thing too. But I'm so sorry. Oh, fuck. But there's something else I think we need to discuss. I'm glad you're excited, but we might have to put your visiting my parents on hold for a while. Haven't you been extended an invitation to Astoria by its princess, no less?
Oh yes, you are quite right. You are correct. I was so taken by the thought of introducing myself to your family, it quite slipped my mind.
You forgot that a princess wants to put you up in her own palace. I raise an eyebrow. I think that stick in most people's minds.
Perhaps it would, but I am not most people. You are more important to me than any princess, dear.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Though the devotion evident in Haifume's voice and face is kind of intense. But I'd hate for you to make an enemy of Stefana. I think you ought to accept her invitation. She's too important to risk upsetting.
Yes, indeed, I concur. I shall postpone my visit to your family's abode, then until after my trip to Asteria. Stefana was quite eager that I teach her how to play karate. I am not at all opposed to the idea. She is quite the dear thing. I do think it would be lovely, though, for me to travel to Asteria on my own. I wish not to be parted from you, darling, so...
Whimsically, Haifume examines me from beneath her eyelashes.
Would you care to accompany me? I would be so appreciative if you could.
Well, if they say no, you're not going, are you?
Stefana has already given you her blessing. I believe all shall be well if you are able to secure time away from work.
I think that should be doable enough. My boss has been pretty lenient with me lately. And knowing him, I'm sure he'll regard this as a wonderful business opportunity. Maybe we can take some photos of Stefana while I'm there, because I could probably... Look, I'm thinking logically. I could take a photo of you whenever. I could just say the word. But a princess, I don't really get that many chances to take a photo of. Maybe I could take a photo of Stefana while I'm there. If you'll be spending time with the princess, I might even be able to take some photos of her. Perhaps I could get a few snippets of a pair of you playing karate together. That'd make for quite the story.
We'll have to discuss it with Stefana. I'm sure she would be willing to help, though. She is a dear thing, like I said.
Beaming, Haifume presses one hand upon her chest.
I'm looking forward to meeting your parents. It is true, but this upcoming trip to Astoria would prove to be just as enjoyable in its own right. Why, it feels almost as though we are going on a honeymoon. Now then.
I was gonna look at the... sorry, I was gonna look at... I'll go up until the next, image like this pops up and then take a break.
Haifume surveys me from beneath...
Haifume surveys me from beneath half-lidded eyes. A somewhat mischievous smile plays about her lips.
Perhaps we ought to celebrate our good fortune.
A celebration, huh? I returned Haifume's smile with one of my own.
There is nothing I wish for more, after all, than your happiness. My beloved husband.
A handful of days passed following my impromptu meetup with Haifume, during which it's confirmed that Maria and Hazel will be coming along with us for the trip. With the tickets of our flights all booked, I only need to pack my things for my upcoming trip. I wish in the process of getting everything prepared when an errant thought makes me pause. It's been a while since I last spoke to my parents. I really should update them as to the goings on in my life. I thought my mother might call me actually after Haifume declared she was dating Ogasawara Hiro on TV, but apparently not. Maybe she didn't see the news. Said news has been exploding all across social media since then. I know because I've seen it, but my mother's pretty old-fashioned. She hardly ever goes on the internet. All she knows about the world news, she gleans either from the TV or from the newspaper. I don't want my mother learning about my engagements, as it were, secondhand, so I figure it's best to break the news myself. I did tell Haifume, moreover, that I'd one day let her meet my parents. I can hardly do that if my parents don't even know that I'm dating her. Turning up on their doorstep unannounced with the famous actress Yamamoto Haifume in tow would be quite a flex, but I've no desire to give my father a heart attack. He's getting on in his years and he's pretty frail. After some consideration, I cease my packing. It can wait for later, and take a seat in the kitchen. I pull my phone out of my pocket and quickly dial my parents' landline. My mother picks up after only 3 rings. Punctual, as per usual. I think she must have been in the middle of washing up the dishes after dinner, because I can hear the faint scent of running water in the background.
Hiro, dear.
My mother greets me, her voice General.
How are you? Has something happened?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Oh dear.
I hear my mother shuffle about through the other end of the line, and then the sound of water ceasing. She must have shut off the faucet. Now her attention no longer taken through the household chores, my mother then settles herself down and says,
That doesn't sound promising. You've not gotten yourself in any trouble, have you? I hope you're not in a fix at your job.
Oh, no. Mom, you don't need to worry about that. My job's going just fine. As fine as it can go, at least. I append when my co-workers all despise me, thanks to my newfound popularity.
What is the issue, then? Is it with your love life? It's been a long time since you last told me you've met somebody.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, actually.
I thought as much. We mothers can always tell these things. I've a sixth sense for it. What is the issue, dear? Are you lamenting your inability to land a nice one?
Damn! No,
or a nice man?
My mother prompted before I had the chance to reply.
I did think it strange, you know, that you only had girlfriends back in high school. Most young boys will play the field much more. I've been suspected, given your seeming lack of interest in the fairer sex, your taste might be elsewhere. If that is the case, I won't judge. We all have our own interests. I'd rather you be upfront with me about it, though instead of trying to hide it. You've nothing to be ashamed of. No matter what happens, you'll always be my son.
What? No, Mom, please. I sighed. I knew there was a reason why I didn't call my parents more often, and this is precisely why. My mother's always jumping to conclusions like this. I know she means well, but her overbearing nature can be quite a pain. I'm not gay, if that's what you're implying. I'm no interest in men whatsoever. Fuck!
Really? Are you sure about that, dear? I'm quite sure. Jeez. I lean back in my chair and roll my eyes. Don't sound so disappointed, please. You're making me feel like I should apologize here. I'm sorry, dear. I only assumed wrongly. Yes, well, now I can see I might have been mistaken. You'll have to forgive your mother for jumping to conclusions. I've already prepared my acceptance speech, you see, for when you did decide to come out. Now that it looks like that won't happen. Not on your life. Now listen here. I wanted to call you because I have, contrary to your expectation, found myself in a relationship. Or suddenly awkward scratch my cheek. A few relationships, in fact. A few? Though I can't see my mother's face, I can hear the incredulity in her voice. I bet her eyebrows have shot right up to her forehead to hide her beneath her hairline. Why, Hiro, it doesn't seem like that long ago you were complaining at your inability to land one pretty woman. Now you mean to tell me you've seen several? Yeah, it's kind of crazy how things work out, but that's about the size of it. Do these women know about this? Don't tell me you're two-timing them. No. It's a mutual agreement. We all agreed on it. I've been keeping this from you for a while now because I wasn't sure how to break the news, but this has been going on for several months. I know this might sound crazy, but please hear me out. I inhale and say, I'm dating the famous Yamato Hifumi. Yamato Hifumi? Once more, I hear the blatant disbelief in my mother's tone. Not the Yamato Hifumi, surely the one your father's such a big fan of? Yes, that Yamato Hifumi. The Hifumi who played the part in The Blind Princess and Omna's Inheritance? That Hifumi? Yes, that Hifumi. I don't think there are many or any other actresses working with that name right now. My, well, I never. So you say you're dating her? Yes, I am. And that's not all. I'm also... See, you can't spring this all on her because then it just sounds like a load of bullshit. Harold! Get the ambulance! Our son's having a mental breakdown! Huh? Our son! Huh? Mental breakdown! What about it? Our son's having one! Huh? Forget you. Yes, yes I am, and that's not all. I'm also dating the famous businesswoman Maria, the rapid pump model Cosmos, the popular idol IU, and the tennis star Hazel Williams. See, I feel like she wouldn't really know about Cosmos or IU, but like Hazel and like Maria feels like what I would have done is that yes, I'm dating more people, but I'd have to like just talk about Hifumi at the moment, right? And when the others want to meet your parents, that's when you introduce them. I'm also dating the Queen of Succubus around Mui, but I don't mention this to my mother. I think that they really would be too much to take in. You know what I think? You know, I think that would make it more believable. Don't say their occupation, just simply say their names, right? Oh, the famous idol, the famous tennis star, da-da-da. Because it feels like you're full of shit, right? I don't want to overwhelm my mother with info right now. I've hit her with so many bombshells in the last minute, I'm worried she mightn't be able to endure it. The second trickle by, during which neither of us speak. I think I must have done my mother into silence. Is she busy trying to process everything I told her? So I shouldn't be surprised she probably used a bit of time. A few more seconds pass then. Hiro? Yes, Mom? I'm a little afraid as how she might reply, but as transpired. I'm sorry, Philsai, but I had to go and check the calendar. You made me wonder whether I mixed up the dates, and it wasn't April Fool's Day already. What? Wait, Mom, this isn't a joke. Ha! My mother gasps from the other end of the line. I thought you might say that. Your sense of humor is so deadpan. I find it hard to tell when you're being serious, but this... I bet my mother shake her head, though, of course. I can't see her.
My mother's too old-fashioned to understand the appeal of video calls, and she doesn't have a phone modern enough to support them either. I think she's afraid. If she uses a phone camera, it might steal her soul. But this is one of the tallest tales you've ever told me. There's no way it can be true. I've not heard of... Yeah. But I've read about Maria and Hazel. I fucking called it! They're both very talented and very pretty. I mean, no offense to you, but I can't fathom why women such as these would take an interest in you. This must be a joke. It's simply unfeasible. Why, the very idea, my mother chuckles. It's more than I can take. My sides are going to split. You naughty boy, Harrow. You're going to send me into a convulsion. I was almost prepared to believe you when you mentioned hi for me, but this, you can take a joke too far. I grind my teeth together, my fingers curling tightly about the cell phone. Thought this might happen, but Mother's blatant disbelief still stings. Please, Mom, listen to me. I'm not kidding around. Don't write this off as some prank. I'm trying to tell you something important. If things keep going as they are, then I entreat my mother, throwing my cell phone, but I'm soon stopped short by a dull thud, which echoes into the hallway. Is that the front door? Somebody there, but who? I'm left pondering what the source of this ominous thud could be from all the 2 seconds before. Hey, Hyro! IQ storms into my natty living room in all her glory, clad in the same cute sweater she was at Maria's, which, given that keyhole cutout, can't do all that much to keep the wintry air at bay. She stabs one finger my direction as she prone to doing, then cries, I can't believe you! When were you going to tell me that you finalized that trip to Asteria, huh? Were you planning to jet off on your own with Hypherman and the others in tow without telling me first? Don't you care about my feelings? You're the worst. Hey, Hyro, it's good to see you. Cosmos silks into my living room before Ayu, a bashful smile on her face. Behind Ayu, sorry. She's wearing the same cheerleader grab she wore at Maria's place for whatever reason, her lilac cattail poking out from beneath the short hem of the skirt. She looks pretty cute, I guess, though I do wonder whether she wore that on the way here. Isn't she cold? It's only about 6 degrees out there, and it's pretty windy. Maybe Succubus don't feel the cold. That's a lot about them. There's a lot about them I still don't know.
I wanted to see you before the trip, so Ayu and I decided we would come over. It looks like you're busy, though.
Cosmo's eyes flicker to my cell phone, which is still clutched in my hand.
I don't want to bother you when you're on the phone. Should I sit here and wait until you're finished?
No, it's fine. I'm glad to see you, Cosmos. Though I wish she'd learn to knock on the door first. This isn't the first time she broke it in unannounced using her succubus magic. With powers like those, Cosmos would make her pretty boy phantom thief. She'd already stolen my heart, haha. She'd make a pretty good phantom thief. I think that's a Persona riff. And me? Ayu glowers at me, her hands planted on her hips. Aren't you glad to see me too, Hyro? Oh yeah, I guess I'm glad about that. Despite my better judgment, a little voice appears in my head. Well, of course you are. I'm Ayu. After all, Japan #1 idol. Who wouldn't be overjoyed at the visit of yours truly?
But Ayu, I thought Mahama Shinzura was more pop.
Shut up! Ayu directs a glower at Cosmos even colder than liquid nitrogen, to which Cosmos squeaks, alarmed. Beep. Cosmos looks terrified, quilling as she's beneath Ayu's gaze, but at last she's all in one piece. Oh fuck. Maybe I should thank my lucky stars Ayu didn't try to trick her this time.
Hyro,
Ah, my mother's still on the phone. I forgot about that. In the cacophony of IU and Cosmos' unexpected arrival.
What's happening, Hira, dear? I can hear a lot of noise in the background. Do you have guests over?
Oh, sorry about that, Mom. A couple of my friends stopped by. It was pretty unexpected. I think I might have to hang up now.
Mom?
Cosmos' ears perk up at this. No, the fake ears attached to her head. They aren't real, and she can't hear through them. At least I don't think she can. Okay, so I was wondering if they were real or not.
Are you talking to your mother, Hira?
That's right. I was just telling her about...
Your mother?!
Ayu's eyes flash, then, quicker than lightning, she stalks forward.
Give me that!
Hey, Ayu... I cry in protest, but Ayu soon cuts me short and wrenches my cell phone from my hand with no small amount of force, then steps back, holding my phone to her ear, then says, in tones of sugary sweet, my teeth start to hurt. Wait, what? She then says, in tones so sugary, sweet, my teeth starts to hurt.
Why, hello, Miss Ogasawara. It is very nice to meet you.
I can't hear my mother anymore, but I've no doubt she'll be sounding as confused as a headless chicken right about now, and for good reason.
Who's this crazy girl who's addressed me so suddenly, in so familiar a manner, is what I'm sure she'll be thinking.
Jeez, what a pain. Hey, Ayu, give that back! I cross my arms, meaning to take my phone from Ayu, but she's too quick for me. She darts away, ducking under my arms, and continues her address as though nothing at all is amiss.
I know we haven't been formally introduced, but I am very much looking forward to meeting you in person one of these days. My name is Aiku Ayu. Perhaps you've heard of me. I'm Japan's #1 idol. I'm beloved all across the world. You're Japan's #2 idol now.
Cosmos murmurs, but she speaks softly this time so Ayu doesn't catch on. Ayu's so busy talking to my mother in any event she doesn't seem to be paying Cosmos any attention.
This might be news to you, but your son and I have quite the intimate relationship.
You fucking bitch!
He is my loyal cameraman and has taken many photos of me in the past for newspapers he is indentured to. I felt sorry for your poor son, seeing him work so hard, so meager a pittance, as I extend the olive branch of friendship unto him, which is not something I bequeath easily, mind you, as Japan #1 idol, #2 idol. I am a very busy woman. I don't have the time to care for all the down-in-the-mouth plebeians which populate this country.
Hey, Ayu, knock it off!
Your son won me over, however, with his determination and his focus and his kindness. I've grown rather fond of him. Over the few months, I have good reason to believe he shares my feelings. Hypherman might believe she has this in the bag, but now she confessed to Hira on live television. But don't go counting me out of this race just yet.
Ayu!
I plan to get Hira down the aisle before she can. Then the pair of us will be married and you shall be my future mother-in-law. I look forward to seeing you at our wedding, which will definitely be happening. I'm in the process of picking out a white dress as we speak, Ohio. Oh, me too. I also like to marry Hira one day. I already own lots of wedding dresses, but well, they aren't normal dresses. What should I do?
Like it matters, you won't be the one to marry Hira, I will.
Can we both marry him? We both love him after all. I wouldn't go quite that far. I just appreciate him is all, and I don't want the rest of you taking him away from me.
I'm going to win this competition in any case, so you'd best back off. Polygamy isn't even legal in Japan, Cosmos, you dumbass. Sorry.
It isn't?
Of course it isn't. What bizarre land do you live in? It certainly isn't Earth. Hira can date all of us, but he can't marry all of us. He'll need to choose, and naturally he'll choose me. That's not up for debate.
Now, goodbye, Miss Ogasawara. When we meet, I hope it'll be under the better circumstances. As your daughter-in-law, I promise I will do you proud.
So saying, Ayu disconnects the call, then tosses my cell phone back at me.
Here you go. I'm done now. Are you now?
I sigh. That's funny. I feel pretty done right about now too.
Done with what?
Oh, I don't know. Life maybe. Why is everything got to be so complicated? Groaning, I look at my cell phone. I only cut the call with my mother a little while ago. I wish she'd asked before doing that, but my mother's already sent me a message. This message from my mother, obviously typed in a hurry. The type at least as much. States simple.
Hiro, what is going on?
It's a fair question, I guess, but it's not one I have immediate answer for.
Well, I did try to tell you.
Sighing, I turn my phone off. Now's not the time to explain everything to my mother, then slide it into my pocket. I'll have to contact her about all this insanity later and try to get it sorted out. For the present, however, I have a bone to pick with Ayu.
I wish you hadn't said all that stuff to my mother. This is going to lead to a very awkward conversation.
Why shouldn't I talk to her, huh? Doesn't she have the right to know about our relationship? We've been dating for almost a year.
Don't tell me you want to keep me a secret.
Ayu takes a step back, her expression contorting.
Any normal guy would be happy to be dating a cat like me, you jerk. You have no right to act ashamed of me. You're punching in the way above your weight as it is. Why aren't I allowed to make things official?
Ayu, please. I try to adopt my best soothing tone to contrast Ayu's shrill ones. Getting mad at her would do anything to help the situation. I can understand where Ayu's coming from. I'd feel pretty rotten if my partner was trying to keep my existence hush-hush too. It's not the best feeling in the world. I'm not upset that you contacted my mother. I'm upset that you contacted her like you did without asking me if it was alright beforehand. I was actually trying to tell her about you, and Cosmos and Maria and the others before you interrupted.
Huh?
Ayu's eyes widen at this. She presses a hand to her chest as an overwrought maiden might, and blushing and says,
You were?
Yeah, I figured I'd kept things a secret for long enough. I know my dating situation's pretty complicated, which is why I didn't tell her about it, but I figured I owed it to you and all the others to be upfront. I'm not ashamed of you. In fact, it's the exact opposite. I'm proud to be dating so many attractive, incredible women. I want to introduce all of you to my parents. Not hide you away, but well, I smile wearily. It's complicated.
Did your mother take it badly, Hiro?
I wouldn't say that exactly. It's more like she didn't believe me at all.
She thought you were joking.
Yeah. I nod. I was doing my best to convey her before you barged in, Ayu.
How rude.
Ayu harumphs.
I don't barge. I'm much too polite for such rough conduct.
Such a word would better be suited to describe Hazel.
Alright then, unexpectedly interrupted. Does that sound better? Not really, but...
Ayu pouts.
I just wanted to show you how much I like you, Hiro. I was upset that Hyphaman got the better of me. So I thought at least seize the opportunity to announce my intentions to your mother. I'm serious about marrying you one of these days. This is more than just a competition. I want us to be a real couple, but did I make things difficult for you?
Maybe just a bit. But I suppose it's fine. My mother has to believe my claims now, at the very least. I would have liked to ease her into it and give her more time to accept the situation, but I guess it's too late to fuss. She would have found out sooner or later anyway. I smile at Ayu, who now looks uncommonly abashed, and pat the top of her head.
There. Don't worry, I'm not angry. You're not? Nah, it's nice knowing you're serious about me. It's nice you knowing this. Fuck! Sorry, having a stroke. Nah, it's nice knowing you're this serious about me. Just try to keep that temper of yours in check, okay? I don't like having to scold you. I'm not a sadist, not like Maria. Ugh, her. Ayu pulls the face. Stunlock her, kiss her on the forehead. Mwah. Mwah. Every time you talk back, kiss her on the forehead again. Mwah. Stunlock her until she's fucking stunlocked. Stunlock her, stunlock kiss. Mwah. I can't stand having to share you with that woman. She might act classy, but deep down she's an utter brute. There's no softness in her heart whatsoever. She's even wickeder than Hyphaman. She does have a cute side, though. Don't you remember how scared she looked when we were telling ghost stories at your beach house? The way she clung to Hiro was pretty cute. Sure, maybe she was a bit appealing then, but that's only one time out of 100. No, 1,000. Most of the time, she's unbearable. Well, let's just agree to disagree, so. I look between my unexpected guests. Some of my Some of my distemper already drained. Whatever the fuck that means. I think I've already got the gist of it, but I'll ask, just to be certain. What are you two doing here? It's like I said. I wanted to stop by and see you before you go to Asteria. I'll miss you, quite a lot, actually. I'm sad I can't come along with you, but I thought, Shyly, Ayu toys with one of her pigtails. I know you don't leave until the weekend, but I have a pretty packed schedule. I don't think I'll have the chance to see you off on the day, so I thought I'd come here now. I want to say goodbye to you, and I want to give you something to remember me by. You're worried I'll forget you? You have so many beautiful women hanging off of you. I wouldn't be surprised. I know I'm the cutest of the bunch, but you have a pretty poor attention span. That's why I want you to listen up. Ayu stabs her finger in my direction. Keep me in your heart always, or I'll tear it out. Have you got that? I've got it, and don't worry, I could never forget you, Ayu. You promise? Sure do. I'll cross my heart too, if it makes you feel better. It's not like I could forget Ayu even if I wanted to. She's so loud and shrill, she makes quite the impression. I don't say this, however, I don't want to cause Ayu any unnecessary upset. Really, when she's not carrying on like a deranged harpy, she can be quite cute. I just wish she was honest more often. And I came with Ayu to offer moral support. She was too shy to come over on her own. She was worrying that she might look too clingy, so I offered to tag along. Huh? Is that true? It's true. Ayu kept saying, ahem. Cosmos clears her throat, then does her best impression of our resident idol. Well, what if he thinks I'm too demanding? What if he starts to hate me? If I come on too strong, he might never want to see me again. This is so embarrassing. Why do I have to like him so much? Eek. Cosmos squeaks as a red-faced Ayu elbows her in the side. Oh, that looks painful. I did not say that. Not a single word. Stop making things up, you stupid wannabe cat girl. You must be huffing too much catnip. How do you meow that? You weren't really huffing catnip, were you? Maybe. Meowby? I am a woman of meowstery. Cosmos giggles, then looks back at me. I might be acting all prickly right now. I am not prickly. But I know how to be honest with my own feelings. I want to see you off, Hire. I'll miss you a lot. You're the best boyfriend in the world. Stay safe during your journey, and please, be careful.
I like to think, right? Sorry, my brain, so my brain's thinking of something really stupid, right? Of like Hazel be in like Maria going on a like private jet plane, and it gets shot down by the interior military, and it's just like having like hostess and pilots and stuff, but only the three of us survive, and it's me having to live with the trauma of like, because like the hostess was having such a good time, like, oh, I can't wait to go back to my family, you know, like I'm carrying a baby boy, and it's just having to live with the guilt of like being the sole survivor. Sorry, that's fucked up. I'm sorry if that's really fucked up to people who are actually just like sole survivor, and like I'm sorry. Just thinking of like Hazel and Maria being more only caring about me, like, damn, that was close. It's like the pilots, the hostess. Oh damn, yeah, that sucks. Don't worry, we can get more. But they were, you know, it's more like a Homelander situation. I know they wouldn't do that, but it's just more of them in their like succubus form flying over and like dodging the missiles as like I have a fucking crisis. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Stay safe during your journey, and please be careful. I'll cheer you on, so you've got nothing to worry about.
They look like boxer shorts.
Go, Hyro. You can do it, Hyro. Let's get married, Hyro.
I think Cosmo might have sneaked something a little strange into her cheerleader chanting, but I appreciate the sentiment. Shit, sorry. It's nice to know that she cares about me so much. And I think with a weary smile, it's double nice that she's chosen to make a show of her caring by putting on a little cheerleading performance for my sake. Sorry, it's just like, I know that's probably an actual cheerleader's costume, but it's like, every time I look at the costume, I just think of Lollipop Chainsaw. Darn, she looks good in that outfit. Cosmos always looks cute in everything she wears, but I'm accustomed to seeing her favorite white tank top and shorts. The skirt changes things up a little bit. Cosmos dresses in a lot of cosplay outfits, but this might be one of my favorites. Wanna know something? This is a thought I had, right? Like, this is a thought I had. Okay, let me just get this on the screen first. This was one of her favorites. Although, now that I think about it, her bunny getup was pretty nice too. Guess Cosmo looks cute at almost everything she wears.
You can do it. I believe in you. I'll always be cheering you on. You're my #1 boyfriend. Oh wait, aren't you my only boyfriend?
You're asking me? I laugh, amused at Cosmo's airheaded antics. I don't know, am I?
You were the last time I checked, at least.
Good, I'm glad to hear it.
Nobody I like as much as you, after all. You really are the best, Hyra. That's why we need to stay together, yay!
Cosmo sure is jumping around a lot. Alright, mister, that's enough gulping. Ai reaches out and then takes a hold of my hand. I'm here too, remember? I want you to look at me as well, and I want you to hold me and comfort me. It'll be a while until we get to see each other again, so please. Sorry, my brain spaced out. Ai looks at me from beneath her eyelashes, her pink lips pursed like a fallen cherry blossom petal.
Let's spend some time together while we can. Then I think I'll be able to say goodbye to you with a smile.
A couple of days pass, and eventually the date of my scheduled flight to Astoria arrives. So I'll place this there. Okay, gallery. I just originally just wanted like 5 photos, but I guess there's 3 pages, so... Yeah, right. An idea, let me test if the audio is working. Yeah, right. Yeah, sorry. A idea I had, right? And this is gonna sound fucking dumb, right? Or fucking cringy, right? So, please bear with me, right? An idea I had, or kind of wanted to do, right? It's like, it's more like leaning on want to do it, don't want to do it, you know, because what I would love to do, or an idea I would love to do, is like, hear me out, right? I would love to do OnlyFans, alright? But it'd mostly just be cosplay stuff and like more less like nudity and more just like teasing positions and stuff. So it's like kind of softcore, and because I imagine down the line there could be other nudity stuff, but like it's not all about it. It's more erotic cosplay. That's the word, right? Erotic cosplay idea. But then it's like the whole idea of like you know, your opinion doesn't matter, you do OnlyFans. I'm like, well, damn, if that's the case, then I just won't do it. Because it's like, plus also, you know, money, being able to cosplay. But then there's also other problems of like, I was watching videos, right? And then it's like, oh, if your partner starts suggesting OnlyFans or an open relationship, just dump them. I'm like, well, damn, I guess I won't do it then. You know, it's like this bad vibe around like, you do OnlyFans, you're this, that, and the third. You know, because I gotta just overlook it, because OnlyFans, looking at OnlyFans, not my thing. Why pay for stuff that you could easily get for free on other sites? You know, there's nothing really special, right? But yeah, that's an idea I had, but it's more being suggestive rather than straight up nudity. Anyway, that should be it for now.